Good evening. COVID-19 outbreak has given us an opportunity, a chance for adaptation, for a change. I already gave a talk on the definition of life. Life is defined by consumption, reproduction, adaptation. So when COVID-19 is gone, I think it appears to give us respite. That is the good news. And if you don't behave again, it's going to come back. It's come back strong. Strong. So I think we need to get a lesson, an awakening from this event. We need to go into the definition of life again, and we need to unleash the strategies of adaptation. I think we suffered enough. COVID-19 has set a series of limiting factors, that is, obstacles for our life. So now, what we should do? Adapt. That is the important component of life. Consumption is eating. Don't think about consuming cell phones and computers, fossil fuel. Forget about those things. But eat well. Eat plenty. Eat nutritious food. Enjoy eating. And second is reproduction. Have sex and enjoy. It is our right to pleasure, human right to pleasure. And also promotion of life. Sex should not be just an erotic thing to be used, but always in the context of procreation and producing children and promoting our own offspring. The last one is very, very important. Forget about sex and eating, but now, after the corona outbreak, I think only one thing is left for humans is adaptation. How we are going to adapt? How we are going to teach our children to adapt to this, maybe a catastrophe or a cataclysmic event, whatever you would like to call, a destructive element. But how we are going to teach our children to adapt and ensure that it's not going to come back. It's not going to happen again. For a long time it's going to happen, of course. We may not stop it. But for a long time we can come to ecological balance. Ecological climax ecosystem it is known as. That means for a long time there will not be any disturbances. We can live relatively in peace. So that is what we should teach to our children, adaptation. So in order to teach to our children about adaptation, we need to educate about our home. This is our home. How children should know what is a real home and common home. This is our common home. This common home is big. Planet Earth, Mother Earth. We can call it by different names. Many people call Gaia. Gaia is Mother Earth. That is a South American term, Latin American term, Gaia, Mother Earth. So this planet Earth, this Mother has got consciousness. This mother has feelings. This mother has vibrations. This mother cares for everybody, all her children. It's not only humans. Humans are one of her children, but there are 2 million species of animals and plant species that are our Mother Earth children. So now, this is our home. It is divided into northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. This is the equator. On the equator, see right here, India is 20 degrees north of equator, and India is sharing two latitude zones. One is the tropics, another one is Tropic of Cancer. So the two zones India is sharing. So we are living on the tropics. India is living on the tropics. So other countries, there are many countries live in Malaysia, Thailand, Mexico in the east, and African countries like Algeria. All of them live in the tropics. So most of the productivity is happening here. Most of the life is concentrated on tropics. So I think saving the tropics, other people, those who live in the north, that means 66.5 degrees, that is called Arctic Circle from the equator. These people, and also southern, like Patagonia in South America, that is 66.5 in southern hemisphere, that is Antarctic Circle. These people should realize that tropics or the productivity zone, the food, the water, the air, hydrologic cycle, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, all of them are happening very intense on the equator. Maybe 23 degree north and 23 degrees south. So this is called tropics, or in other words, torrid zone. In other words, hot zone. In other words, balmy zone. So we are living in a torrid and balmy and hot zone. So the good news is most of the productivity is going on. The food is produced here. I think the 60% of life lives here on the tropics. Most of the ecosystems, most of the biomes that harbor plenty of life and plenty of biodiversity, they are concentrated right on equator, 23 degrees north, 20 degrees south. So I think saving these areas is a priority in the aspect of adaptation. I think international community should come to the knowledge of adaptation and really safeguard these places. And education is the most important thing, ecological education. The people, those who live here, most of them are illiterate. They can destroy these ecosystems, these fragile biomes. But I think ecological education can really put a mark on the strategies of adaptation. Today our children should be taught how to adapt. Also the children, those who live in the Tropic of Cancer, that is north, the Tropic of the Capricorn, and the Antarctic Circle and the Arctic Circle, these children should be taught most of the food and most of the biodiversity, most of the beauty lies in the equator, 23 degrees north and 23 degrees south. So I think these children should long to come and live here. Also our adults, those who live in Arctic Circle or Antarctic Circle, why do you live there? In Arctic Circle, leave the zone for polar bears. Let them live happily. This is the adaptation. I think United Nations has the duty to educate. The politics and religion have to talk. These people have to come down, maybe Tropic of Cancer, or from the south they can move up to Tropic of Capricorn. In that way you clear the place for penguins in Antarctica, the emperor penguins, and humans move up to Tropic of Capricorn, little north. And in Arctic Circle, people come down to Tropic of Cancer, clear the place for polar bears. And even the Tropic of Cancer, why don't you move up, thinking of moving down to tropics? Also, the people, those who live in Capricorn, why don't you think of moving to tropics? Of course, I know it's a tight fit. There is not much space left in tropics. 7.5 billion people can never fit on an equator, 23 degrees north, 23 degrees south. I know that. But anyway, COVID-19 is giving a beautiful lesson. It's an awakening. I mean, adaptation is restoring the ecosystems. And abandon the ecosystems where we have been colonizing. All these areas, northern areas, belong to the wilderness. And set the humans free. Remove the humans from all this, like taiga, tundra, and boreal. All these wildernesses or biomes, they belong to nature. Humans are not supposed to live there, especially in Antarctica. That is not humans' territory. Even in Patagonia, in South America, that is not human territory. It's all penguins. It's all seals. It's all krill. It's all whales, blue whales. Hey, these are their homes. Why do you go and intrude there? So I think it's a high time adaptation calls humans to come back home. Our home is tropics. I think we have to learn a lesson. The COVID-19 outbreak is an event with the message. Those who have ears to hear, they will hear. Those eyes to see, they will see. I think human beings have the consciousness to grasp all these events which are unfolding, to create a birth of new consciousness and enlightenment. I think when all these events are over, the humans are enlightened. The COVID-19 outbreak is an event of enlightenment. Thank you.